Welcome to Black and White. I'm Mark.
I'm Sheldon, and we have a black president.
What?
You know, I mean, if you would have asked me in my lifetime if I would have seen a black president, I would have said no. I just didn't think it was a possibility.
You and me both.
I think Hillary's probably thinking the same thing. Because literally, when the presidential elections, when that started back in 2007ish, they started.
It started
really
early.
campaigning.
Yeah.
They started campaigning. You know, Hillary was really, from a Democratic standpoint, the front runner.
She was
the one who was going.
She
to
was
win.
expected to be the first female president.
Yeah, and definitely nominated.
Right.
Definitely nominated through the Democratic process.
Right.
So, you know, that Obama came up and came out of nowhere, really. You know, charisma
Right.
and all of that.
Right.
You know, was really something that I didn't think I would see in my lifetime. And
You and me.
know, it was
definitely.
to me personally, as a black man, just one great day, and when he was elected, and you know, it's been. And I'll tell you, from the black community, we were concerned because, you know, as he's going along in the process, you're worried that someone's going to do something really dumb. And you don't want anything like that to happen because,
No.
you know, for him, the family, and then for us as a country, we would have been ripped to shreds. So,
Right.
you know, it was a great moment to see that, you know, the country was ready, and, you know, circumstances had to set up, I thought, in certain way, and it really did.
To allow that.
It allow
his election.
Allow his election.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, it was a great moment for I think us as black people coming from slavery and now having a president.
Right.
So.
Now, and it's interesting because, to be honest with you, the last thing I thought I would see, and we're both about to turn 50, the last thing I thought I was going to see is a black president in my lifetime. Honest to God, never thought it. I felt the whole woman thing coming because of Margaret Thatcher, and, you know, and India's had their prime ministers that were women, and I get the whole, you know, going in that direction, you know, thing. I always thought that our country, honestly, I figured I'd be dead and gone before a black president would emerge, and it was surprising, it was shocking to a certain extent, and but you know, it's kind of funny. Our country goes through its little cycles of getting over things, and we were due. You know, we were due to say, hey, look, seriously, let's just start looking at things as a nation, and let's stop picking ourselves apart. Because we do that very well. We love to pick each other apart.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just over the dumbest things. You know, some of the things that they just don't even really have any merit to be arguing about, and yet we do it, and we throw this in for the reason.
Yeah.
You know, and again, it was, you know, it was surprising. I didn't vote for the guy because I don't like his politics, but I understand as a nation that, you know, this is great. This was a hurdle our country needed to get over.
Right, because if you look at other countries, I mean, they've been black leaders in other countries.
Right.
Maybe not England and those places, but
Not yet.
You know,
Not yet.
But
You
we
know?
run countries,
Right.
other countries.
Right.
And you know, so you know, I think it took a special person to do this. And you know, Obama, with his charisma, his use of the technology, you know, a very progressive president.
Right.
Very progressive way that he ran his campaign.
Right.
Was in the perfect place at the right time. You know, looking for change, but looking for something different, and he was in the perfect place at the right time, and people accepted him for being him, and you know, and again, it wasn't just it was across the board. So
right.
And that was what I think, you know, we were able to really take from that, and that was a great thing that we were able to overcome. You know, some of the issues that were going on, even during the campaign, you know, as they tried to attack different things that hinged on race.
Right. You borderlined
it. You know,
you could feel it there.
They wanted to go that
right.
because again, it's winning. That was the
right.
thing.
Right. It wasn't about the race. It was about winning. So you're
winning.
yeah.
Right. So
Gotcha.
you know, but you know, in the end, we overcame that,
Right.
and he rightfully so, he won,
Right.
and he's had a couple of years now in the presidency, and it's I know that I know that, and we'll have later segments where we'll talk about some of the politics and some of the things that are going on.
Right, because we both have our opinion
both
of
have our
his
opinion
politics, which
on-
isn't what we're doing now.
Right, and so again, it was a really good thing that the country showed that it could accept a black president.
And I think this almost goes with like the next step from the civil rights, where it took a majority of the white community to say, you know what, we're done with this. We're
Mhm.
done with this, okay? And that was nice. What it did was it showed that, again, we're looking beyond color. We're looking to people. His whole push for the hope and change thing, he was saying straight out, look, I'm mixed. I'm from mixed parents,
Mhm.
and white and black, and what I'm saying is, don't let these colors affect your judgment. Let's go forward as a nation. Let's worry about the things that are concerning to people as individuals,
Right.
and what we can do together to make our country that much better.
Right, and everyone listened, and you felt, even when he's elected initially, you felt that togetherness.
It was a
And
pride. It was
yeah,
a pride for
yeah,
everybody.
it was togetherness,
Yeah.
and I think that is something that we can take and go forward, and it opens the door for having a woman president, and now people won't say, oh, she can't be president because she's a
Right.
woman.
Right. Right.
And Hispanic president. That's definitely in our future.
That's coming. Yeah.
So
yeah.
and we've got. I think we've gotten now beyond the. Hopefully, we've gotten, at least from a political standpoint, and we're going to have other segments where we're going to discuss some of that. But we've gotten beyond, for this point. We've gotten beyond the we can only vote for 50-year-old,
Right.
55-year-old white
male, right? Right. Well, and what I think is one of the things I do like out of the whole thing that Obama became president is the fact that little kids can look up and say, I can be him.
I can be him.
And again, you just said the 54-year-old white male.
Right.
It just flattened that.
Yeah.
Now it says that the field is wide open. All you have to do is bring something special
to the table.
And then people are going to look at you. They're no longer going to judge you because of a color.
Right.
And that's the beauty. Again, that's the beauty of our country.
Right.
Is the fact that we're getting over hurdles.
Mhm.
It's not. None of this has happened overnight, and the black community is going to say, well, it's easy for you to say getting over hurdles. I agree, but we're getting there. We're chomping away at the little things, and then we've got other influences from other cultures and that are actually making us look at each other and going, really? We got problems between us?
Right.
And so I think it's good. I think it makes us look deeper into people and what we are.
Yeah, and if you look at where we've come from, slavery, come through segregation, Jim Crow laws, just coming up through the 70s, and we had the Black Panthers and Malcolm X and Malcolm and Martin Luther King, and coming up all through that, all the blood that was spilled,
Right.
And the tears as well, and to come up and to say, I bet you that those guys, the Martin Luther Kings and
The people that
the
age.
Malcolm and those guys would have looked and said, wow, amazing. I think Martin would have thought this could happen faster than Malcolm, probably.
Right.
And to see, that we've come to a point where not only we as the black race, but the white race and the Hispanics and the Asian and everybody else, and how we were able to come together.
We're in
for
a
that.
melting pot, for God's
We're
sake.
in a melting pot, and it's nice to see that it's melting finally, and it's just not frozen, which is what it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And that we're at a point now where, for the next election, again,
Who
and we're
cares?
gonna have
Right?
statement. It's not gonna matter. Yeah.
Right.
It's not
Who
gonna be
cares?
based on, oh, he's white or he's black or
It's
or
going
that's
to
a
be, it's
woman
going to
or
be
that's
what you bring to the table.
What do you-
Do I think that your agenda is good for me and my family
and for the country.
and the country. Right.
Right, and that's what we're going to look at, you
Right.
know, and I think that's where we are now. And again, I have to applaud the young people. You know, again, the young people came out in
Right.
force. I mean, they voted more than they had ever voted in any election.
Right.
And you know, and just like I've said in previous segments, they have a lot of this right.
Yeah.
They're not looking at the race,
Right.
and they're not looking at that. They're looking at people, an
Right.
individual, and that. And they have a lot of it right. And you know what? It may be our generation when you look at it, and we
Our
we must
generation,
have done
we're
something
not.
right.
No, we
those
did.
are our kids.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
we did it right,
so
even though,
we-
and you know, in past segments, you heard about how I grew up as you know in a white area that was racist, and you know, I look at that now, look back, and it's like really,
Yeah.
really, that's how it was, you know. So
we raised those children that were voting today.
right,
Voting in this election. So we raised them correctly.
And-
we raised them to really be more individuals, less color, you know,
Right.
making sure they understood the history, but still,
Yeah, but
you know,
still saying, you know,
that's history.
that didn't happen. It's not happening to you, I think, is
So,
what we're saying.
and that-
so that's
right.
how everybody can go forward, because my God, if we sat there and if you wanted to, you could use slavery as a big reason to hate me for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
and it would be
Absolutely.
one of the things that was really phenomenal to me was when I saw people that were older than us, black men and women. They were in tears.
Right.
You know.
Yes.
It was like, you know,
They
oh my
never,
God.
Never thought, and we're saying that we never thought we'd see it in
I
our
know,
generation.
I know, and they're the ones that were spit on. They were the ones that were treated
riding
like crap.
on the Freedom Riders, and
You know?
they were the ones where the hoses were being sprayed on, and they were
Dogs
out
being
there.
sicked on.
Yeah,
Yes,
they were the ones that were out there.
Those are the people that really. I mean, we're saying we're surprised and we feel good about it. Those people, you know, they were in a whole nother world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
and-
paved the way for us to even be sitting here together
Right.
talking about this.
Right,
This is
right.
not even so, you know. So
Yeah.
so yeah, for the president, you know, to become a president, to all of those feelings, just of, I don't want to say euphoria, but it was
Right.
like, you know, for a while. And
I mean, it's got to be like winning a championship game, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
here we are. We're here. You know,
here.
we're here. Don't discard us anymore. Don't put us as a second-class citizen. We're part of this country.
and
Wake up, enjoy interacting with us. We want to be we want to be a big family.
Right.
You know?
Right. We want everyone to get along. We want everyone, and you know, and that's a start.
Right.
And we go forward from here. And you know, again, congratulations to President Obama.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just an outstanding. It was an outstanding time. And we'll cover some other things.
It
in
was
other
massive.
segments. It was
Right.
massive.
Yeah.
It was something. So go to our website. Go to our Twitter, our Facebook, MySpace. Any comments you'd like to make? You know, these comments can come up on a later segment. We're gonna, you know, backtrack and talk about some of the comments.
Yeah, definitely. Email us at thebawshow@aol.com and call in. You can leave a voice message. It's 240-415-0006. And on that note, we'll be back.
See you in our next segment.